Luke, a 5-0 defeat today against Stockport County. What went wrong out there today?
Yeah, I think the result speaks for itself. I think to a man they were probably better than us all over the pitch. They probably wanted it a little bit more, had a bit more urgency in their play, a bit more crisper in their passing. But saying that, we actually started the game okay, as daft as it probably sounds. We started off okay, we kind of had them penned them in a little bit, we were controlling the game. And then, like you say, because we were on top and we kept them penned in, one long ball over the top obviously gets them in and gets on the back foot, and obviously that's what they score from. And then, yeah, like you say, you can dissect them all down one by one and look at the goals as a whole from the top to the bottom. And there's probably so many different things that we can look and do better as a team. It's not just individuals out there. We win together, we lose together. Everybody don't make mistakes. Not that there was like individual mistake necessarily, but we make mistakes together, we learn from it together, and we've got to move on.
The unbeaten run comes to an end, but it must be disappointing in the manner of which that's happened.
Yeah, look, unbeaten runs are always going to come to an end at some point. You never want it to, and not obviously in the fashion that it was today. If we turned around and got beat today and we were at it, it was one of them games where both teams were going toe to toe, and it was kind of decided on one goal. You can kind of take it a little bit more, but when you concede 5 goals, it's definitely harder to take than what it should be.
Almost a rarity in some respects from what we've seen from this side over the past year, but conceded 5 goals now for the 3rd time this season. Is there anything you can attribute that to?
It's hard to turn around and say why, what can we do better, what should we have done. We've just got to learn from it. We can't give away cheap goals that then put us on the back foot to then try and you have mountains to climb, especially away from home. So we've got to look at why we're conceding. Obviously, we've conceded so many. There's obviously reasons for it. It's not for me to say. It's not for me to kind of look at personally. It's for obviously the management and the staff to look at, and then we all look at it together. We've all got to take our medicine together. As disappointing as it is, the unbeaten run obviously has come to an end now, but we've got no better game to bounce back than a home game next week, which now that obviously is next on our agenda.
As you mentioned before, not that the scoreline maybe reflects it, but there were patches in the second half where there were opportunities to get a goal back, but it didn't quite fall for us.
No, Steve said it at the end there. You look at the difference between them putting their bodies on the line to keep the ball out of the net, and the difference between them and us in terms of the goals that they scored against us. There's not that much pressure on them necessarily in the box, whereas we had to try and work so hard to try and score. They're putting their bodies on the line. It's not through the want of not trying. It's one of them days where you've got to hold your hands up and say that we were off it. Everybody was off it. Unfortunately, we've got to take our medicine. We've got to take the rough with the smooth. You can never get too high, never get too low, unfortunately. Yeah, it's obviously disappointing. It hurts to lose any game, but to lose by 5 and obviously and not get on the score sheet ourselves, it hurts more. But look, we win together, lose together, and we've got to come in on Monday, try and be as bright as we can, understand why we got beat by such a wide margin. But we still had shots, we still had attempts on goal, keep made a couple of good saves, hit the bar. So you've got to try and take the positives from a disappointing day all round.
As you mentioned, take our medicine for now, but a big week on the training ground ahead of another local game against Crewe next weekend. Yeah, of course. Look,
you can't dwell on things too much. Games come thick and fast, and if you dwell on it, you'll have a mountain to climb. I've not obviously looked at the table myself, but obviously we've got ourselves in a good position after the win last week. Yeah, we've probably dropped off a few places after today, but we've got to move forward. We've got to think positively. We've got to come in Monday and be ready to go. Have a hard week's training. Work hard on the things that we need to work on. Keep doing the things that we need to do with the ball. Be better, be crisper, be sharper. And look, we've got an unbelievable group of players. The squad depth's phenomenal. Great characters. Everyone will be hurting, but everybody will be wanting to put it right starting with Monday.
Thanks, Youngie.